Shalom, Kim Napash and GMS London, giving all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem Rakal Kodash. The honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and honors out there to the brethren on the highest by teaching the truth in sincerity. Okay, just got some news, got a news article here, just to speak on briefly, right? Showing you the state of affairs of Satan's kingdom, okay, how it's all falling apart, and friends, eventually going to be turned as enemies, man, against America, which is Babylon in the scriptures, okay, which is all prophesied in the scriptures, man. So we're just updating with this article here, right? It's from RT. It says EU is possibly as bad as China. Trump attacks partners in new unfair trade rant. Okay, because we all know Trump's out here sticking tires on people, over certain things, which is fucking up everybody's economy, okay, in the so-called defense of the American economy, okay, which ain't gonna do nothing for their economy either. Okay, it's gonna fuck up the whole of Esau's kingdom, okay, his whole system, right? But you got here Trump complaining about the EU, and the EU are meant to be allies of America. Okay, so they're meant to be on good terms, man. But he's saying that they're just as bad as China when it comes to these trade agreements, man. They're all trying to harm the US, so he's putting tariffs on all these nations to try help his own economy, man. Okay, which, like I say, is gonna fail anyway, right? So he reads here in this article: trading with the EU is almost as bad and unfair as trading with China. President Trump told Fox News, noting how Washington pays a fortune protecting its little European partners. Okay, that's his actual little words, man. That's like mocking them. He tried to grandstand himself that he pays all this protection by putting money in NATO, which shows you that America is the head of NATO. Okay, that spearhead. Okay, and NATO are just the European allies, armies underneath them. Okay, which is talking about the horns. Okay, it says its little European partner, and they are reciprocating by doing terrible things. Okay, things not in favor of the US. Okay, so Donald Trump's got a gripe with that. Okay, so in turn he's retaliating by slapping his tariffs on his allies. Okay, eventually, man, that's all he's stirring up problems, man. But that's gonna cause some bad blood between them, man. Okay, and when this World War III goes full on, okay, in the midst of it, man, people are gonna switch sides and gonna be like, fuck America, man. America can burn. Okay, and they're gonna switch their allegiances, man. Okay, so the European Union is possibly as bad as China, just smaller. Donald Trump said in an interview with Fox News, "It is terrible what they do to us. I can say it better in a different way. They made last year 151 billion in trade surplus. We had a deficit with the EU. On the top of that, we spent a fortune on NATO to protect them," he added. I said last year the US had 101 billion trade deficit with the European Union. In comparison, the trade gap with China last year was totaled 336 billion. The US President's America First policy, characterized by increasingly protectionist trade measures, has seen Trump impose harsh tariffs on steel and aluminium imported from the European Union, as well as other nations including China and Canada. The move deeply offended and angered US allies, who failed to negotiate exemptions and had to resort for tit for tat retaliatory measures, man. And that tit for tat are going to fucking continue, man, all the way into war. Okay, all the way into war, man. And they're going to be doing things, underhand shit, basically undermine and betraying America. Okay, that's what it's going to come down to, man. Because with Trump in command of America right now, man, it stands in good stead, man. The reason behind all the backstabbing that's going to go on, man. Okay, because Trump's causing them ties to be strained. Okay, so Obama never did that, but Trump is causing strain upon these relationships, man. No one really likes him or likes dealing with him. All right. So after the EU introduced duties on US goods worth 2.8 billion, targeting products such as motorcycles, whiskey, and orange juice, Trump reiterated his readiness to target the European automotive sector in the next round of trade war. So my man's declaring trade war basically on his allies. Okay, we can forget China. We know, we know China is no real ally of America, but the European Union is meant to be. They always talk about that special relationship here in the UK, between America and the UK, man. That shit don't exist, man. It's only good when it's profitable, and that is it. When things are not profitable, no more, them relationships don't mean a damn thing. Okay. So take a look at their car situation. They send their Mercedes in. We can't send our cars in. Look what they do to our farmers. They don't want our farm products, no, because they're fucking GMOs. Okay, because you're heavy into that GMO shit with Monsanto, and Monsanto's trying to get a foot in here in the UK and Europe, but it's due to European laws that are set up here, man. They can't do that at least at this moment in time. Okay, which may all change real soon, but that's not to say you're not eating GMO foods already here in the UK. Okay, so don't get that twisted. Says they don't want. Oh yeah, okay. So in all fairness, they have their farmers, so they want to protect their farmers, but we don't protect ours, and they protect theirs. Okay, so blah 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 blah. Yeah, none of that's important, right? So yeah, man, these ties, these relationships, man, they're all getting strained, man, and like I said, it's only gonna sour even more. Okay, and that's gonna go all the way through into World War III. They're gonna have their disputes, and there's gonna be what do you call that? Meetings that behind the door meetings that are not gonna include America, where other European allies and other sides are gonna sit down and talk about fucking over America, man. Okay, and that's all down to prophecy, man. So expect that to happen. Okay, so we just gotta throw in some scriptures on that. Okay, starting with Revelation 17 verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. Okay, talking about NATO, the EU, right? And shall make her desolate and naked. Okay, so them relationships with the European Union. Okay, that's gonna mean nothing, man. That's gonna come to naught. Okay, and they say they shall make her desolate and naked. Why? Because they're gonna shoot their missiles on America and add to that judgment the Most High is bringing for America. Okay, all nations that have nukes are gonna send their nukes, shoot their nukes on America and turn it into a lake of fire, a desert, a wilderness. Okay, so the scriptures speak. Okay, all that is prophecy, man. So just expect these relationships to become more and more worse, more toxic. Okay, and like I said, it's going to end with America's destruction, man. Okay, it says, and says these shall hate the whore, and the whore represents America, right? And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Okay, and just to show you, okay, we read up. Okay, read from the first verse, right? It says, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore. Okay, that great judgment that you always continuously read about, a particular place being completely desolate, like a wilderness with no inhabitant, with fire ascending, the smoke ascending forever, and all that kind of stuff. It's all speaking about the same place. Okay, whether or not it uses different names. Okay, it's all speaking about this future judgment, this final judgment on the great whore, which is speaking about here. Okay, which represents Babylon, which represents America. Right? So I will shew to thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Okay, America is at the pinnacle of all nations, man, and it oppresses all nations, man. Okay, with their military, with their politics and that around the world. Okay, they sit upon many other nations, man. They hold pressure, oppression, right? says, "Whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of a fornication." Okay, because all that madness really is being pushed first and foremost by America, man. "So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns." Okay, that beast represents NATO or the EU. Okay, and America sits on top of that. It is the head of that. That's why it puts the most money into it, and that's why Trump is complaining about it. Okay, he's saying we do so much for you, but you do nothing for us, basically. Okay, so that beast that America's sitting on, okay, is getting pissed off. Okay, it says that verse 4, "And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon, the Great, the mother of harlots, the abominations of the earth." Okay, so this represents America, man. Okay, and it's a mystery that's been revealed unto the prophets. Okay, because it's not Babylon. Babylon, you know, that empire is gone, but that area still exists, man. That never caught the judgment that was supposed to be prescribed to Babylon. Okay, because he's not talking about the same Babylon, man. Okay, he speaks about the daughter of Babylon, which is America, and this is the place that's going to receive that great judgment. Okay, so yeah, that beast is getting pissed off with the harlot, with the whore that sitteth upon him. Alright, and it's mentioned here in Obadiah 1 verse 7. It says, "All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee," okay, the allies, okay, "have deceived thee, okay, and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him." Okay, so they're going to turn their backs on America, okay? They're going to do a deadly blow to America. Okay? All their so-called friends, they're going to turn their back on America and deal a punishing, brutal blow to America, man, along with the Russians and the Chinese and all their allies, man. They're going to gang up on America, man, and screw them over. Okay? That's prophecy, man. Okay, things are not going to get any better. Alright, this is Luke chapter 11 verse 18. It says, "If Satan also be divided against himself," because at the end of the day, all these nations, you know, they're all Edomite ruling nations, man. Okay, EU are ruled by a bunch of Edomites. Russia is an Edomite nation currently. Okay, they're in rulership in these nations. Okay, so Esau is divided against himself, man. Satan is divided against himself, and so forth. His kingdom cannot stand, man. Okay, this kingdom is going in the same way, you know, as Rome, man. Rome was falling apart until it was taken over and destroyed. Okay, the same thing's gonna happen here, man. When the Lord shows up, man, this kingdom is gonna be fully destroyed and conquered, and you know, the new rulership under Yahweh Shai and the Israelites is what's gonna take its place. Okay. So I'll read this again. It says, "If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? Because you see that I cast out devils through Beelzebub." Okay, but the point is in how shall his kingdom stand? It won't. It can't. Okay, it isn't. Okay, this kingdom is falling apart by the day, man. And, you know, things are getting worse and worse. Esau preparing. I mean, this is why he's pushing ever forward at a faster pace, man. He's new about all agendas, because he knows his kingdom is, you know, on the knife edge, man. Okay, that's why he's pushing for, you know, the mark of the beast, these RFID chips. That's why he's taking the cash out of societies, man. Okay, there's a economic collapse waiting to happen. Okay, so that's why the scripture says, "You're coming from great wrath, because you know you have but a short time." Okay, his numbers are, you know, his numbers are up.